All right. Welcome to all the followers and listeners and watchers. We've recently completed all of our solo episodes, but things that took place in Chicago in this universe are so crazy. Feel like we got to have a Benefactors annual Chicago special. So that's what we're doing today before we get back to the rest of the team. So we're going to open up by going back to Weapon L's lab. Uh, Weapon L, after his harrowing adventure and weird motherly betrayals, has been sent back to his time. Uh, Kang has used the mind gem to wipe his memories of this even taking place. He's given him some type of wristwatch that we are yet to know what it does. Uh, but he's back in his lab and he's awakened after a long rest. What do you do?
Shirley, what was I just doing? I talked to my AI, figure out what's going on.
Shirley says, you were just doing research on what happened to your body when you were with the benefactors.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like something else happened, but all right. How much time
Roll it,
is
roll it, roll a knowledge check.
okay? All three D6?
Yep. Plus your out of combat logic score.
Okay. I get a 12.
You don't remember anything.
Awesome. Yep, 12. I don't remember anything and
As
okay.
far as you know, you were here researching what happened to you with the benefactors.
All right.
That's all you remember.
Okay, Shirley, let me see the results.
You like to see the results again, Big Daddy?
That I would.
All
Just
right.
just
So,
just one more time.
so once again, there were uh, similar readings to what was shown when Gray Lion scanned the door way back in the first episode. So there's some temporal readings, same signature. There are biological components that also seem to be strangely technical, but there is no source either in the past or where you come from in the future that matches anything like this. You've never seen it before.
All right. You know what? That's fine. All right. Thanks, Shirley. You know what? I'm gonna go get a drink.
Okay. You get a call from Arcade.
Shirley, put the call through.
Well,
Hello?
it's coming in through
Watch.
your house slippers.
Wow.
You don't remember that?
I gotta talk to my feet.
No, it's more complicated than that.
He
Maybe
rolled
we'll
low on it.
explain.
He rolled
Maybe
low on
we'll
the block.
explain it one day. Uh, he says, uh, Arcade says, "Hey, what's going on, Weapon?
Hey, Arcade, what's happening now?
Yeah, we need you. We need everybody to come in. You've been gone for days. It's time for us to start working on our how we're going to work this out as a team. We got a lot going on right now too.
Days. Okay. All right. All right, I'll be there. Well, what do we need to meet at?
Come on back to HQ.
All right, beam me up, Scotty.
All right. So you hang up from him, and as you do so, green energy starts to overtake your body, and you disappear as blue energy also overtakes your body, and you're teleported to somewhere that you don't know. With that, we're going to shift over to the next scene. Arcade has just hung up. Uh, Arcade, Long Shot, and Toxie Doxie are standing in a meeting room with Mainline and Hench-Man. And Arcade says, we can just get started. Uh, Weapon Nail wasn't really involved in everything that took place in Chicago. Guys, what happened?
On my end,
Yeah,
uh,
we can start with
someone,
you, Mainline, because the henchman's going to take a while. This is
uh, long story short, on my end, someone must have inside information to who I was, my genetics, who my parents are or were. Somehow they found our hideout for my team. They came and stole information, blew a hole in the side of the Willis Tower where we were located. And in order to save my team, I had to let them go. We had Ghost from the Thunderbolts. He had Yellow Jacket helping him. Then, right when I had him on the ropes, Captain Boomerang came and blew a hole and took one of my people hostage.
who's Captain Boomerang?
Boomerang,
We in
the
DC all of a sudden.
DC. It's like DC.
whatever his name is.
You rolled low on that logic check.
Okay, you, how do you want to handle it?
Well, for starters, we need to talk to the Thunderbolts to figure out why they man robbed me. Why was he even involved? Who's paying this person? Who's paying him off in order to even get to where, eh, how you even know where I'm at?
Okay,
Like we got layers and layers of shell corporations that protect me from any random person just coming in and figuring out who we are. So for them to come in and know where the computer is, and the computer's air gapped, it's not even connected to the internet. Like they got a lot of information to know specifically where to go to get what they needed to get, and they had the resources in order to hold my people hostage. Like it's a big leak somewhere. I need to figure out where that leak is.
it sounds like a pretty big problem, but it also sounds more like a mainline issue than a benefactors issue.
Well, if y'all saying that we supposed to be helping each other out, if you got the resources to give me some information to into the Thunderbolts so I can figure out what's going on with Ghost, because Ghost is the main culprit. He's the one that took the information.
Oh, we had no problem helping you out. Uh, Whatever you need, we can figure out how best we can go about dealing with that. Uh, I was just pointing out that this doesn't seem to be anything that has to do with us. It seems to be something that is personal with you.
Seems like it. I
Okay.
definitely want to get it resolved.
So Longshot looks at you, says, "Yeah, we have a few things to talk about. Um, are there any? What did the cops say? I know they had to
Yeah.
come out. I know they had to come say something to you, or they had to come questioning anything that happened.
Well, we had to make it look like, you know, it was some type of accident, but as best as we could. But they got cameras that showed, Boomerang blowing a hole in the side of the building, taking my people hostage, fortunately. Um, doesn't seem like it was anything that was going to make us, blow our cover. Wasn't anything illegal that was shown in the footage. So, um, they're talking about they're going to track down whatever leads that they need, and because all the information is confidential and classified, I can't share any information with them without a court order. So I don't, they're not going to be able to come in here and just grab whatever. They're starting repair work on the Willis Tower.
Okay. You have a hacking specialist that works for you, right?
I do. Cheaty,
Why don't you wipe that footage of what took place at least in the lab?
done.
Because
We'll get it done.
that way all they'll see is what took place upstairs. They won't know who you are. what you can do. And I mean, everybody knows who I am, but you see, I don't go outside much. I don't think that's what you guys are trying to do, which obviously we're going to have to talk to you, Henchman, because what are you doing? Uh, so, Mainline, you mentioned Ghost, you mentioned Yellow Jacket, and Boomerang.
Correct.
Don't worry about Boomerang. That's all I'm going to say about that. As far as Thunderbolts are concerned, that might be a problem.
A big one.
The last Thunderbolts team that we knew of no longer exists. The Thunderbolts work for Doom now,
That's
and
not good.
Ghost isn't on that team.
Is there a way for us to convince the Thunderbolts that Ghost is a threat to them so that they can help us out with this? Because we need to figure out, because the information that they're taking has nothing to do with Ghost. So he's obviously working for as a mercenary. He's taking that information to someone else. That information is all biological and technological. So he's taking it to somebody who's some type of specialist. They have to have the means to be able to use that information and the resources to be able to pay off Ghost and get the information that's necessary to find out where I even am. So this is way beyond Ghost level of what he normally does. There's a big brain behind this somewhere.
Let me say it again. Ghost isn't on this team. So whoever is on the Thunderbolts, they're working for Doom now. You want me to call Dr. Doom? Is that the type of attention you want?
You saying that Ghost works for Doom, or you saying Ghost isn't with the Thunderbolts that work for Doom?
I'm
He's
saying
not.
Ghost is not with this team, this Thunderbolts team. Whatever this Doom, this Latvian Thunderbolts team is, Ghost isn't a part of it.
Okay, if Ghost is over here stealing people's information, does that pose a threat to his old team?
You
Because if
know
it
that better.
does,
You would know that better than we would. We don't
yeah,
know what the information is.
then maybe we still need to talk to Doom. Let him know, hey, it's some serious information. If this gets out, this could be a threat to Latveria.
Yeah, we gonna have to sit on that one for a minute.
Okay,
I mean, I'm not afraid of Doom, but it is Doom.
it is Doom.
Uh, there's also another lead we could tackle, and then no Gorse. I mean, I'm sorry, Long Shot. I mean, they're the same guy, but Long Shot speaks up and says, "Yellow Jacket. The last time he was shown, he attacked Krakoa.
Now I'm intrigued.
Okay,
That's the Yellow Jacket. That's Darren Cross.
okay, this is getting interesting.
He owns Cross Industries, so we know where to find him.
Hmm.
So we can at least try that lead
Okay,
as soon
well,
as
time
possible.
for that parlay.
Hmm.
We can talk more later. Arcade turns his attention towards Henchman. Start talking, Hench. Make this
Uh,
make sense.
make it make sense. Um, had a job. We've got connections to inside the police. They obviously turned on us. Things went left and had to
Living in Color by
be.
Juicy J and Logic on Amazon Music.
All right, go ahead.
Now you go ahead, man.
So like
Henchman.
I so like I just said,
Then handed it handed it on the street like we do in Chicago. That a little. what happened is not uncommon on the streets of Chicago if you've lived here long enough.
Arcade looks at you with a strange look and says, "Look, I'm an assassin. I don't even have a secret identity, at least not in a normal way. Toxie here is publicly known. So if you don't want to be, if you are the type that likes to operate out in the open like you did, that's fine. But we have to make contingency so it doesn't come back on the rest of the team. Did you watch the
I,
news at all? You know you don't wear a mask, right?
I know I don't. Why would I want to cover this pretty face?
Well, let's talk about it. Fortunately, whoever your other two guys that were with you had masks on, but your DNA is everywhere. They have camera footage of you,
Mhm.
and now your face has been shown on the news.
I've got plans for that. I got a few ideas to make
We
this
had a
go.
few we had a few ideas too. So I'll tell you what, Tox, you have a conversation with Henchman, and Long Shot, you talk to your boy, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Guys, go ahead and split it up. Now we're gonna shift to back to Weapon L, as Arcade is wondering where is Weapon L. So Weapon L, blue energy seems to be transporting you throughout space time, and you transported to an alleyway in New York somewhere, and you see someone you don't recognize walking down the alley. You don't know them, but as this greenish energy starts to overtake your body again, you know that you're supposed to kill them. How do you do it? Approximately 20 feet away from them.
20 feet away. I hit him with my signature move with my bow and arrow.
Just going right to the bow and arrow. From 20 feet away, you're going to be doing that with trouble, so you're going to lose your edge. Go ahead and roll uh, agility attack.
Wait, so why am I losing my edge?
Oh, I'm sorry, not I'm thinking spaces. You're good. Go ahead and roll with an edge.
Okay. All right. So that's 20, 17.
All right, that's a hit. Go ahead and calculate damage for me.
All right, that is 19.
Right. So you rear back without thinking. Fire your trusty bow and do 19 points of damage. You hit him right the kidney. And this person turns around, shocked. They were attacked. And they don't really know what to do at this point. They're already reeling. So they simply attempt to fight back. This is a person named Aphelion, recently discovered mutant with a universe in its body that they can open a portal into to draw in all energies. You're just going to attempt to do an elemental. Let's go for an elemental burst. So injured at this point, he's going all out. They're going to pay. We're going to do elemental blast. We're going to pay 18 focus. Does a 10 hit?
To what, my agility or my melee?
That's going to be your.
I can tell you now, whatever
Oh,
it
they
is,
get
it
it. Wait,
ain't.
hold up. They get it. Wait, they get an edge too.
Okay.
Well, it's to agility, so they get an edge. So hold on a second. You can re-roll the die.
All right, so if it was a 10 on my agility, it didn't hit.
It's 12. Is that it?
Nope.
All right. So they open up a portal, and it seems like there's a beam of energy, but it's coming from your direction, um, and it's going into the portal in their body. So it's almost like a reverse beam, but you were able to dodge out of the way of it, and it just goes straight into their body. Um, and from that point, they're just going to start backing away as fast as they can. So it's on you.
Okay. I'll do, let's see, I'll do a grand illusion. Well, as a
Okay.
matter of fact, well, nah. Let's not go that route. I'll just shoot him again with my signature move with my bow.
Go ahead and roll with an edge.
All right. $16.
Okay. That's going to be a hit, but as a reaction, they're going to use elemental protection one, A5 focus. Uh, gonna do enough damage. What did you roll on your marble die?
It's gonna be 19 points of damage again.
Okay, so you're gonna shatter the little barrier that was put in front of you by Aphelion. It's Aphelian's turn now. They're just gonna do an they're gonna do an elemental sphere. So they're gonna uh, uh pay 5 focus, and they're going to form a sphere. They're gonna envelop themselves in this like ice like sphere. So gonna absorb the energy, so much energy around itself into this space that the air literally freezes around it.
Okay.
They're just doing it around themselves. They're not trying to enclose you in it or anything. They're just trying to protect themselves right now, and they are continuing to back away. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm no one of consequence, but you seem to be good with the elements. Let me show you how strong I am with my element. My element is the force.
I don't know what the heck Jeremy talking about, but you
What?
you don't even
What?
know.
Weapon L.
I'm speaking as the narrator talking to Jeremy.
Where you at,
you
man? What universe you in?
you
What?
don't
Y'all will understand once this continues.
We went from DC,
Let me
now
look.
we
I'm the
in
chef. Let me cook.
you remember that you don't know who you're fighting or even why you're there. You don't even know if you even know that you're there,
At
but
this.
it's on you.
Okay. So I see this gigantic ball, and and I understand that I have to do something to inhibit the unknown. So again, like I say with the force, I use an elemental burst against him.
All right. So go ahead and roll. That's going to be an agility attack.
Okay, so what happens when I get snake eyes, but I also get uh the Marvel die? Like, is that a
So
fantastic
what did
fate?
you roll? What did you roll altogether?
So essentially, let me see. So it's 8 actually. So that's would be a 13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to hit.
Oh, then that's a fantastic success then.
Okay, so this is what happens. Um, you go ahead and you use elemental burst. It's I believe that I told you that's an energy, not a
Yeah.
force.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I use focus for that. So I get rid of 5 focus. And then
Yeah,
now
but that's an energy, right? Not a. You said force. Isn't that an energy?
yeah, so force so force, since I'm using the force element, it gives trouble on all actions for
Oh,
1 round.
I'm saying you. When did you get the force element?
You said when did I get the force element?
Yes.
When we built up the character. This is something I've been had.
No, I thought it was an energy element
No. This is
because it's coming from the suit, correct?
well, no, not just not from the suit, but also remember I have my own abilities. So I think let me see when we did like when we did the elemental abilities, did you had that strictly put in with the
Yes,
power suit?
that's a power suit ability.
Oh,
You don't have those powers.
no, I can no, I was able with elemental blast or elemental burst, I can choose what element that I'm using. You never told me which element that I couldn't choose, and I've been using the force. The
Pause it.
Yeah.
Manipulate light and send a powerful blast of energy towards Aphelion. And as you do so, he attempts to block it. He doesn't want his elemental protection to get hit, so his elemental sphere to get hit. So he's gonna attempt to block it with another elemental protection wall. He puts that up, but the amount of energy that you send is so intense that not only does it crack through that, it cracks through the protection as well. So protection, uh, both of his protections have dissipated, and some of the energy even gets through and does 10 points of health damage to him. He is now kneeling on the floor, gasping and reeling, bleeding from his wound to the kidney. And he said, "I don't understand why you're attacking me. Most people don't even know who I am. Why are you doing this?"
Instinct. I'm I'm guessing.
Okay. So The green energy overtakes your body again, and you reach your arm out and tap a button on this, what looks to be like a watch on your hand, on your wrist. And radiation comes out of this watch, or whatever this is, and envelops Ophelia in it. And you don't know what it does yet, but that's what you do. That's your turn. You were compelled to do that. And Aphelion is going to attempt to fire back at you. And as he raises his arms to do so, you see a look of worry come over his face. And he says, "What did you do to my powers?" He can't use his powers. Now it's your turn.
Well, if you're having performance issues, as a physician, I can suggest that's, around the corner. But we're going to continue with what's happening here.
What do you do, man?
Well, just to be clear, so we didn't calculate any damage from him from last turn, right?
You didn't actually hit him. Just a little bit of surface damage got through.
Okay. You know what? Let's take a pause. Since your powers aren't working, what's your name? What's your name again?
My name is Reed.
Your
Reed
name is
Fox.
Reed.
Reed Fox.
Reed Fox?
You heard me.
All right now, big dummy. Calm down. So Reed Fox. What do you do? Why are you here? And I mean, you're somebody who has all these abilities. I'm here attacking you off of pure instinct. I have it in my ability to try to end you, but something is telling me that I need to know more about you. So tell me why I shouldn't end you.
I don't know what you're looking for or what to tell you. I was just out with some of my friends and I was on my way home and you shot me in the back with an arrow.
Hmm. Give me your wallet.
I don't have time for this. Tries to
Make
shoot you
time.
with another elemental burst.
All right. You're gonna try to use your broken powers. All right. Well,
Well, his powers failed again. If you're gonna kill me, just kill me.
Do it now.
Green
let's see
energy
here.
overtakes your body again, and you
Mhm.
go berserk.
So green energy comes over me. I go berserk. All right. Time to die. And I pull back and I knock
Berserk
another.
means berserker means you're only doing melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'd like to do Bio's weapons creation.
All
And
right.
I'll create a sword.
All right. Then what?
And I lunge at him and attack.
All right. Go ahead and roll melee attack.
Uh, 18.
18 points of damage or 18?
That's the score totaled up
Oh, that's a
18.
hit.
All
That's
right.
it.
And so for the damage, that would be
Sword is going to be a two extra to the damage multiplier for melee.
oh two to the
So
to the multiplier. Oh, to the
whatever your
multiplier.
melee
Okay.
multiplier is, add two to it.
Okay. 22.
What did you want on your
20.
marble die?
I rolled a 3. So 3
What's
times
your
6.
damage multiplier for melee?
So my damage multiplier for melee is 4.
You added two to that?
Yeah, so 6 times 3 plus
Okay.
4. Yeah.
All right, just making sure. Okay, so you
Yep.
did 22 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you lunge at him with the sword, and you swipe, you do an upward swipe across the front of his neck. And as you do so, blood spurts out, sees the eyes roll in the back of his head, and he collapses, but he's still moving, just on instinct. But he's out.
They
You're compelled to continue attacking.
oh,
So roll for damage. Roll for a melee attack.
roll for a melee attack. Okay. All right.
Yep.
It's like this sword ain't slick enough. Oh, this whole sword coated. Right. So that's 18.
Yeah, he's unconscious. So as long as you beat a 10, you got it.
Okay. And then that'll be so that's 40, but I also had a fantastic success.
Oh wow. Okay.
So oh well, dang no, if that's 40, so that's 80 points of damage.
So as you walk up, so as you walk up, pull the sword, flip it around, and you stab the sword directly onto the side of his temple till it hits the streets. And Aphelion is dead. Um, green energy hits you again, and you know that you need to make sure that this body is never found. And
All right.
from that point, we're going to shift back to mainline and long shot. So long shot slash Dogor looks at you mainline and he says, "Listen, we all help each other, but what we try to do is make sure that we don't need the assistance of the entire team unless it's absolutely necessary. So we got this lead with Darren Cross. We know where to find him, or at the very least, we know where to find his people. We can check on. Actually, you got a hacker specialist. You can see if you can check on way to find him, a ghost through the underground tunnels. If that doesn't work, then we can see if we can contact either people, either Doom, or in my opinion, we can try to contact people that have worked with Ghost on the team that he worked with. What do you think?
Well, let me contact Chidi first, see if I can find Ghost or find make sure we know where Yellow Jacket is through the dark web. So
You don't need the dark web for that. We know where Yellow Jacket is.
then let's go to Yellow Jacket.
Or should I say we know where his company is.
Okay. So do we need to know where he is?
Well, He runs the company. He's the owner of the company. His son is the CEO of the company. So at the very
Okay.
least, we have an angle.
Okay. So let's go to the company to get the talk to the son.
Okay, we'll get to that. Uh, question: the team, how much do they know about me?
I don't keep anything from those people. They don't
They
know
know
it.
about they
They
know
don't
about
know
who I am.
to some degree, yes, because they knew I need to tell them about the powers I have.
Okay, I don't have an issue with that. I had a feeling you were gonna talk to them. You told me how close you were to them, but just know I have to hold them accountable if anything gets out.
It's understandable.
All right, you trust me, I trust you. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll I'm gonna you go ahead and have your team try to figure out uh, where Ghost is, or who, if they can find anybody that might be able to get in contact with Ghost. In the meantime, I'll work on a plan for how we can deal with Darren Cross.
Cool. I'll get in contact with Cheaty, see what we can figure out.
All right, let's go back in the main meeting room. I will
Okay.
shift over to Toxie and Henchman. So, dog, so Henchman, you said you had a plan. What's your plan? Because you know I'm responsible for you.
Yeah. So plan is, as I said, we've got a certain number of police on our payroll. And I plan to have someone speak with the mayor and the chief of police to let them know just how many dirty cops they have uh on the force here. And politically, I don't think they want that out there. So I'll let them know this has to go away or this comes out. And it's going to be a PR nightmare.
That's interesting. Question.
Answer.
You just had someone get killed on your crew, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
Are your people safe? Where are they right now?
Safe-ish. The line of work we're in, safe is not a word we like to use.
Okay, don't be coy with me. Where are they?
Face is at home at the lair. Loop is
There.
off the lair. Yeah, you know I always call it the lair. She's at home. I made sure Loop would be there with her when I'm not around. And there is a 24-hour muscle in the area all the time. So safe-ish currently.
I have to be honest with you. This does not sound like a good plan. The police already betrayed you.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever this Fabian guy is that you told me about, were able to scheme well enough to be able to get around you as powerful as you are. The new Warriors are going to Chicago. There's an X-Man team operating in Chicago right now. And I'm hearing that there might be more superpowered people coming to your city. So here's
Like,
my idea.
like who? We've got an X-Men team. We've got the Warriors. Who else?
Just focus, please.
I'm focused.
I don't think you're going to be able to keep all of your people safe. How about this? Since you're my responsibility, you bring those three in, and I'll give them something special. You think they'd be open to that?
I would have to talk to them. Loop might be into it, but I'm not sure about Face.
Make sure you do that as soon as possible, because I'm a little concerned. All right, let's go into the main meeting room.
All right.
So all four of you guys get back in there. You see Arcade, he's obviously on the phone. He's trying to get in contact with somebody. And he sees you guys walk in. He says, I've been trying to contact Weapon L. I don't know where he's at. Um, anyway, that's not your problem. We'll figure that out. Uh, here's the thing. There's supposed to be a public element to our team. And with your face being plastered all over the news, you obviously have to change that. Uh, we're gonna have to come up with some type of costume to go over what you normally wear. And I guess we might as well tell you guys, we plan on formulating two teams in anyway. A team to handle the public missions and a team to handle the shadow missions. Mainline, you're going to be the leader of the second team.
It's right in my
Slate,
wheelhouse.
Slate will be the leader of the public team. But depending on what the mission is, we might need you all on either team. So everybody that is gonna have a public costume. As we get those made up, you guys are not gonna be in the public team until we fix that. Cox looks at you and says, I want you to change your name. She has a more feminine voice than I do. Do you still think of yourself as a henchman?
I don't think of myself as a henchman, but I think I still like the henchman.
Well, unfortunately, when you're in public, we can't call you that anymore. So we're gonna have to change that name when you're on the public team.
What do you suggest?
Well,
Or are you going to let me think on it?
you can think on it. I'll think on it too.
Okay.
Um, but that's all.
Oh, by the way, Doc, I hand over the MGH and the kick. Can you do something with this to get rid of the bad side effects?
You're asking a lot here.
Okay,
I'm not a chemist.
but you know how it. But you might know. You know what the effects of on the body, correct?
To some extent.
Okay,
I'll look into it.
no problem, no rush. Just I'm just trying to
No
make
problem.
you
I don't even know
everything.
how you get. I don't even know how you get your hands on this.
Hey, I know people. You know people. I know people. We all know people.
RK says, unfortunately, now they know you too.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
All right, so everybody heads off to do their thing, and you get a phone call. It's your father.
Okay, I answer.
Answer the phone.
You said I get a phone call. I
Yes,
answer.
and he says, "Son, saw you on the news.
Yeah, you did.
Want to explain yourself?"
You know how cops don't tend to like us. So, I had to defend myself. Trust,
That's your story,
trust me, I tried to keep it from going that way. They didn't listen.
son. Mother and I, we never knew what you did for a living. Uh, we didn't know what you were doing to make your money. We just knew you made good money. You never had to deal with any police. What they're saying about you on the news.
Can't believe everything on the news. They don't have the full story.
Well, tell me the full story.
Like I said, you know how cops treat us. I was driving around, got pulled over. Cop pulls a gun on me. Tried to make him put it down. He didn't. Had to defend myself.
Son, three people died that day. One cop was
Mhm.
mutilated.
And he did it to himself. But yes,
Don't come back home. And he hangs up. Now we're gonna
right.
shift over back over to Jeremy. Sorry. Weapon L, played
Who's,
by Jeremy.
who's Jeremy?
Like, who's that guy? That handsome
Um,
guy. Who's that?
and you, Weapon L, have disposed of the body. Somehow you've been able to bury it or hide it or eliminate it. And when that happens, the green energy overtakes your body again. You wake up not knowing where you are or why you are. But you can tell that you've been contacted many times by Arcade. What do you do?
Well, Shirley, why do I keep losing track of time and end up in weird spots and I have no idea what's going on? Can you run an analysis of what's been going on with me?
Run a logic check.
It's a 12,
12?
yeah, with a fantastic success, I guess.
Um, okay. You can't. So what happens is Shirley is able to pinpoint your locations. So she's able to tell that you have been moving through time space. She's not able to determine how or why. And she's not able to pick up on why you're not aware of your actions or why your memory is spotty.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look further into this. Anyway, Shirley, go ahead and call Arcade.
Man, what's been going on? Where have you been?
When I
You
find
missed the
out,
meeting.
did you record the minutes? Did you record the minutes? You are a serious assassin, and I'm pretty sure that you are a person who is very, very organized. You have all these murder worlds. I know you had some cameras recording the minutes. Did you do that? Can you catch me up to speed?
Where have you been?
It's your mama's house, man. What do you think I've been at? I don't know. I have no idea where I've been at. I'll let you know when I find out. Some weird stuff is going on. What did you put in this suit? You put some fentanyl or something in this suit? Some party drugs in this suit?
You're wearing the
So,
same type of technology that I'm wearing.
and yeah, and I know how it fits on you. I know you be I don't know,
Mine is tailored.
tailored. Tailored. Well, obviously, I haven't had these problems since I put on. I mean, I've never had these problems before, and now I'm having some issues while I got this suit on. So I don't know if this is you or something else is going on, but I'll figure it out. But anyway, what's going on? I missed the meeting. What's going on?
Man, just get back to the base. We'll talk about it.
Okay, all right. I'll see you then.
We're just gonna end the episode like that. No cliffhangers. Um, thank you everybody for watching. There's been a lot going on. A lot of questions, a lot of answers. We look at the end of this episode as the end of the first year of the comic run for the Benefactors. So, uh, team's been formulated. A lot of characters have been met. A lot of crazy things have happened. When we start season 2 of this campaign, finally going to be able to see the team in action as a whole. So, thanks for watching. We appreciate it.